Hi, my name's Tim Gumbar. I'm the assistant principal here at Blue Mountain Middle School. This year, all of our teachers will be utilizing Google Classroom as a learning management system for all of their students. By converting to this easy-to-use system, in addition to utilizing the PowerSchool grading tool that is already in place, we feel confident that we'll be able to maintain the high standards of learning that our community has come to expect. These two programs will be utilized whether we're teaching here in the building or at home through distance learning. We've created this video to help provide students and parents both the basics of Google Classroom and PowerSchool. We hope that this will answer any questions that you might have and help you feel confident in using this technology moving forward.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Whitmire, and I'll be walking you through the basics of using Google Classroom. First thing you need to do is visit google.com. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a blue sign-in button. If the student has already signed in the past to Google, you can just choose that account to sign in with. Otherwise, you'll have to choose use another account and log in as a student. Go through the entire sign-in process. And then you're now signed in as a student. In the upper right-hand corner, there's an option to click on Google Apps. And within these apps, you should be able to locate Google Classroom. And you're there. Once you're logged in as a student, you'll be able to see the students' classes, as well as any upcoming assignments for that week in a specific class. In this screen, if the student has classes from a previous school year, they do have the option to unenroll, and that would make the screen less cluttered for the student. For example, this student is currently enrolled in 7th grade English from last year. By clicking on the three dots in the upper right-hand corner, the student can then unenroll. Now, the student will only see the classes for the current school year. Also on this page, in the bottom right of a class tab, there is a picture of a student. If they click on that, it will take the student to their assignments for that specific class, any work that they have due or any assignments that they've already completed. So that's just a shortcut to get to their student work for individual classes. In the upper left hand, there's 3 bars. Those bars will take you to all of their classes. So it's a list of their classes, or they can view their Google Calendar, which shows a week at a time, any work that they have due. Or again, you can go back to the main page with all their classes. Let's start by looking at their English class. So upon entering the classroom, the first thing you see is a stream. And the stream just it's a place where the teacher can post information, updates. Here I have a post of a YouTube video where students can go and see a recording of one of my Zoom video or Zoom sessions. Students can also share with their entire class here. Students can add class comments. So if they have a question about something the teacher posted, they can add a class comment, and they have the option to reply to their peers as well. On the top center, there's a Classwork tab. If the student clicks the Classwork tab, they can view assignments. Each teacher will be choosing how to categorize their assignments. In this classroom, I organized it by weeks. Some teachers might choose chapters or whatever works best for their students and their curriculum. Grayed out assignments are assignments that are already completed. The blue assignments need to be completed. Within the Classwork page, the student can choose View Your Work, which is that same button we clicked out in the class overview. And again, they can see all of their work that they have assigned for the English class, including a rough draft that's due on the 20th. They can see their graded work as well. If the student clicks on the graded assignments, sometimes there's feedback from a teacher. So in this case, I wrote, please open your document to read my feedback. So rather than just commenting, there's additional feedback. So the student can click on their work. And once in the assignment, and once it's fully loaded, they can see comments or feedback from the teacher. Students can then navigate back to the main page by clicking on 8th grade English on the top left, and they're back at their main stream. Google Classroom offers many ways for students to see their work. So in addition to choosing to see their work on the main page or choosing to see their work in the Classwork tab, they can also click on the upcoming. It gives them a just brief summary of assignments that are shortly due, but in addition to that, they can click view all, and again, they're back to that page. This shows all of their assignments. On the left, they can filter it out by what they need to complete, what's already been returned, and what late assignments that they have due. Let's hop on over to Mr. Nunemacher's math class here. For Mr. Nunemacher, he has a few messages for the students as well as a few assignments. To complete their classwork, you can visit the Classwork page, and we see that the student completed a project and another assignment here, but they do have an assignment that was due on July 8th that's not completed. So I'm going to click here on the Dream Car project. Once I click on it, it expands, but I can click View Assignment to see the entire assignment with instructions. On this page, students can find the name of the assignment. The teacher has the option then to also include more instructions on this page if need be. On the right is a very important part of the page. This is where if there's a document that the students need to complete, they'll find it here. Normally their name is in the beginning in place of MS student. Let's open this doc. The student's asked to complete some information about their dream car. It looks like the student already started to complete this assignment. It's not yet completed. So once the student goes through and finishes the missing information, they have two ways in which they can submit. They can hit the Turn In button in their Google document on the top right, which will submit the assignment. The other option is to simply hit the Turn In button here. If the student has a question about the assignment, they have two ways for this individual assignment on how to contact their teacher. They can post a question to the entire class here, and that would allow students to also respond, or if they have a private comment for the teacher, they can do it over on the right side. But either way, they can pose their questions in addition to simply emailing the teacher. Going to turn this assignment in, verify, and it's submitted. I'm going to return back to math class. Again, I'm back in this in the stream. You can go to Classwork. Again, these are all the assignments, but if I want to see my individual work or this student's individual work, I can go and I see that there are several assignments coming up later in the month, and also they're turned in assignments, one of which was done late, and the graded assignments as well. A great feature about Google Classroom is the to-do list. So if up where we were clicking on math to go back to the main math screen, there's also these three lines, which will take you to the main menu. There's a to-do list, which is nice. It allows students to see in one place all of their upcoming assignments as well as their due dates. So here's a late assignment. I can tell because it says missing. Assignments that are due tomorrow and Monday and so forth. So it's a way to quickly access work. The student may also choose to filter out by specific classes as well. So if I wanted to only see my social studies assignments, I have notes coming up tomorrow that are due and a quiz in the future. In addition to seeing that are due, excuse me, we can also look at grades. So up top, instead of to do, I'm going to click on done. And these are the completed assignments. I can see my scores. And I also, if I click on any completed assignments, I can go back and see feedback from the teachers. In addition to the to-do list, there's also a calendar, and it just links with their Google Calendar, and they can look at a week at a time, the assignments that are due, and click right into that calendar. So I'm going to go back to this English assignment here from the 8th that's now late. So click on that, it takes me right to the assignment. For this assignment, it's a question that was posed to the entire class. I type my response over here. Turn it in, And then once I submit my assignment, I can see the answers of my classmates and reply or respond as necessary as dictated by the assignment. So students also have the option of downloading Google Apps, including Google Classroom, Google Docs, and so on and so forth, that allows them to use Classroom on their phones or on a tablet. So here's an example of Google Classroom from a student's view. When they click in their app, they can see all of their classes. They can also see their to-do list, the calendar of upcoming assignments. Let's enter class here. Again, still the news feed. They also can see their classwork. On the top right corner, they have the ability to filter out the assignments so they can go and see their work, what they still have to complete, and their grades. Also in the app, here's a rough draft they have due for English class. At the bottom where it says your work, they can click on that and open the actual document. This is where they're typing their rough draft. If they have the Google Doc app, download it. They can open it in Google Docs and type right into the document using their phone. Turn to Classroom. So they can finish their assignment there. And again, when they click on your work, they can even turn it in on their phones or tablets. So that's just another nice option with Google Classroom. And they can easily move throughout their classes. They can still message the teacher either privately or post a comment to the entire class, either through the stream or on an individual assignment. If a student downloads the app to their phone, they can turn on notifications. And then anytime an assignment is posted or returned, in addition to getting emails, they can get a notification right to their phone. That's an overview of Google Classroom, both the desktop version and the app.
My name is Mr. Nunemacher, and in this portion of the video, I'll be guiding you through the parental aspects of PowerSchool. There are two main ways to access the parent portal for PowerSchool. One is with a web browser, and the other is with an app on a phone or other device, both of which I'm going to go through with you today. The first I'm going to go through here is the web browser. So I'm going to go to bmsd.org, click on Parents and Students. When I click on Parents and Students, it's going to bring me to this page. I want to click on the PowerSchool link. That will take me to the parent sign-in. If you need to create an account, you can create an account here as well as sign in. If you need help creating an account, please contact the main office so they can get you that information. I have an account already, so I'm going to put my username and password in, and it'll log me in to my student and parent dashboard. You can see up here in the upper left of your parent and student dashboard, you can click on multiple students. So if you have two students, I have Kira and Sadie, I can click back and forth between both of them. Now I'm going to stick with Kira since she's a middle school student. If you look down the left-hand side, you have some navigation buttons, grades and attendance, class assignments, grade history, and so on. You can do some transportation information, your demographic information, your account preferences, and remember this district code for later, DSRR. We'll need that with the app. Over here on the right is your main dashboard. You can see all of the classes for a day and a direct email link for each teacher you have. Another thing you will be able to see is once there's grade in the program, you'll have percentages here or letter grades. Now, since there's not any grades yet, we just have an info button. Now, if you click that info button, which may be a percentage grade or a letter grade when you go to do this in the fall, that will take you into the main page for that class. So you can see Science 7th Honors, Mrs. Fickus, what period, and what the grade is. You can see some teacher comments here also. And down here is where you'll find the assignments. So if there was an assignment for homework, it will have the due date, category homework, what the assignment was, the score, the percentage, and the grade. And it'll list all of those for the marking period. Now, if you click back on grades and attendance, you can do the same thing for any quarter or any class. So I'll just click on another class, Mr. Roof, Math 7, Mr. Roof, 8th period. You'll have your percentage, your due date, your assignment, your scores will all be there. You can click on assignments, so you can search by teacher, course, term, due date if you want to. That's another way you could search for assignments that are completed or missing or grades. You can go look at grade history for their tenure at Blue Mountain. And this is just the main page that most of the time you're going to navigate to help you know what your student's grade is or what assignments they have due and or are missing. Now I'm going to cover how to use the PowerSchool app. So you're going to download the app first. It's going to ask you if you'd like notifications. So I'm going to click Allow. The first thing you need to know is what I talked about before, the school district code. Our school district code, as shown on the website, is DSRR. So once I plug that in, I need to click Continue. Once I click Continue, I can enter my username and password, same as what I would have used on the web browser version of PowerSchool. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Similar to as I would have seen on the website, I have a dashboard of all the classes for my student. I can scroll down through them. You can see all the classes are there. Also, I have an edit up in the upper left-hand corner that I can use to change some settings. You can see I can add and take things away. I can also go back to the old dashboard, which if you used the PowerSchool app before, you would have used, and I'll go back and show you what that looks like later. Click done and it takes you back out to your dashboard. In the upper right-hand corner, I can change between students if I want to. So you can see I have 2 students. However, we're going to stay on Kira since she is currently in the middle school. Now, if I want to know what's going on in a class, I click on Science 7th Honors. You can see the teacher, there's no grade, and where the assignments would go. Again, no assignments right now because the school term hasn't started, but similar to the dashboard on the web browser, you have your teacher, your grades, and your assignments listed. If you click the dashboard again, you can switch to any other class you want. I'll use Math 7th Honors because I used that before. Same thing, teacher, grade, assignments. Here's where you would see all of the assignments given and the grades for them. I can go back out to my dashboard. I can look at it through the old dashboard. Turn that on. And it looks similar to what it looked like on the web browser. So if I wanted to look at 7th Science again, I could click on it and it would give me the same page as I had before, where I would have my grade and my assignments. Back to the dashboard and roll down, and I can see any of those I want to see. You can also see assignments due, assignments graded, assignment status, attendance, school bulletin, meal balance, fees, all similar things to you see on the new dashboard. So I'm going to go back to the new dashboard. All you have to do is click back to it. Same ideas here. And again, assignments, attendance, school bulletin are at the bottom. You have a few options at the bottom of the screen. Also, you can switch to classes. This looks almost exactly the same as it does on the web browser. You can click on the 3 dots again. It will take you into the teacher, grade, absences, assignments. So there's a lot of different ways to get into the same information. Back to classes, you have a calendar, you have a schedule option that's new, and then you have a few more where it shows your account information, your school information. There is a help tab and also an about tab. Hopefully all these different ways to navigate PowerSchool help you out a little bit and you're able to find any of the assignments and grades you need.
The teachers and administration here at the middle school are hopeful that the switch to Google Classroom will be a positive change for all those students that are continuing their education here in the building or through the distance learning platform. I want to thank everyone for watching this tutorial video. If you have any questions, please contact your teacher or the BMMS office at 570-366-0546, and we will be happy to help you in any way possible. I want to thank everyone one more time, and stay safe and healthy.